I could talk to you for hours and hours and not get tired, but I I think I've stretched you too much today, and I feel terrible about it.
Oh man,
But
that's cool.
I know people are gonna really. I really believe with all my heart that there are friends and there are guys from different parts of the world. I'm gonna share this with everybody I know. I'm so happy this is being recorded, and I think I'm looking forward to our next conversation because I think everything we've spoken about and we have shared and discussed today. I think this this would be a great intro uh, for the next conversation on kingdom economics, which is quite frankly a
Yeah.
foreign concept for a lot of people. And so, yeah, I would love to have your thoughts on that another time.
Certainly.
But
Yes, certainly.
I just want to say thank you with all my heart. Thank you for pouring out your heart. Thank you for you have the gift of saying things, you know, with such profound wisdom. I would probably take hours to say what you say in one sentence. So
Mm.
I just want to say thank you for your voice is so precious, and I've been personally blessed.
That's excellent.
I've learned personally just over the last hour. I've just gained so much insight, and uh, there are things I knew, but they're just been reinforced by everything that you have shared. And so I know
Beautiful.
everything that you have said and shared. I just know it's going to resonate with a lot of guys who are asking, who are sincere and wrestling with the questions, asking themselves the tough questions, especially in this season where the building is empty and you know everyone's asking questions about how do we do discipleship. You know, what does discipleship look like now? What does you know uh, go into the world look like now? You know, and so I believe all those who are sincere. I love that Jesus said that those on the side of truth will listen to me.
Beautiful.
So
Yes.
I really
Mm.
believe that those who are on the side of truth will hear his voice and will
I, 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 I like that, Tara. I like how you describe it. I like how you teed up this conversation. I think this conversation is nicely teed up, and there's a lot more that we can have out of this. I mean, at the moment, I have not been enjoying the best of health. And despite all of that, there are times we do as much as 8 or 9 Zoom meetings a day from across the world. Um, some of them have audiences in the hundreds, and others have a nice combination. And I think it is a conversation we started talking about to pull together some other guys to have a similar conversation. But something that you said, I think, is critical, the whole issue of asking the hard questions. And I think leaders, wherever you are, listening to this conversation, is a moment for us to ask the hard questions. You know, um, at the turn of the 1400s, there was a guy called Voltaire. And Voltaire is one of the strong contributors to the Renaissance. And one of the things that happened to Voltaire is because he began to buck the system, began to ask the real questions. And the way I put it in my own words, he began to doubt the default. Things that have been handed down to him that he just took up as real, never questioned, he began to question it. He was such an offense to the system that the system basically sent him to exile in England. Little did the system know that while exiled in England, all of what Voltaire started to think, consider, it grew, ballooned, enlarged, and expanded inside of him, so that when he came back to France, he hit the system at full frontal and literally contributed to the whole Renaissance era. And I think every religion needs a Voltaire at this moment.
yeah
Those who will begin to doubt the default, the
yeah
things that has been that the things that have just been thrown at us, and we never stopped and really considered the genuine truth behind it. That
yeah
we just accepted church as it is. We just assumed that church is coming together, clapping our hands, going through the gymnastics, and a guy preaches a sermon at us, take our money, and we go back home for the rest of the week, and we are wonderful. We have to doubt the default. that I am living in that particular zone. That if you don't start to ask the hard questions, read a book recently by Ayan Hirsi Ali, and in
Yeah.
this book she talks about, it's called Heretic. Interesting book. And in this book she talks about how she accepted her religion. I won't call that religion what it was. She accepted that religion as gospel. She went all through life, went through all the torment, all the punishment, all the pain of that religion because she considered that to be the norm. Until one day she found herself in what her religion described as a heretical environment. And she saw life in a different way. She ripped her passport, she threw that passport away, and suddenly began to go through a reformation in her mind. And I think a lot of Christian leaders, a lot of apostles and prophets and teachers around the world need to have a moment like that, because we automatically assume that Christianity is the model that we have always practiced. Never once did we look at the system, ask the hard question, doubt the default, and have a reformation in the mind. Rip up our passport as Ayan Hirsi Ali did and begin to think, because what we always accepted as gospel and as church and as Christianity may not necessarily be all that Jesus really is seeking to build in the earth today. So I just want to kind of stick that pin right there, man. The need for us to ask the hard questions, because that's what we did today, and that's what we'll continue to do. Beautiful. It's been a joy doing this with you, Tara. Absolute joy.
Thank you, Andy. We're going to end it right here, and I just want to say thank you again for your time, and I wish you a speedy recovery. The Lord who started a good work in you will complete it, just grace and strength, strength in every bone, strength in every muscle, strength and healing from head to toe.
Amen.
Just wish you the very best, Andy. I love
Thank
you. Love your heart.
Love you, man.
And we'll talk again soon.
Lovely. Thank you, man. Take care.
Bless
Bye-bye.
you. Bless you.